Hello, welcome and namaste everybody. We welcome you all in our weekly family get together of SIP follow of module 1 UHV 1. We have our resource person and co-explorer Dipesh Bhaiya with us. Ji Dipesh Bhaiya, namaste, welcome.
जी भैया नमस्ते
भैया welcome, over to you.
जी नमस्ते to all. Namaste Parishit Bhaiya. So as Parishit Bhaiya mentioned, this is our weekly get together for the follow-up session of the eSIP program, which we conduct every Wednesday evening at 7:30 a.m. 7:30 p.m. right? So welcome you all to this session. In the last session, we were discussing about our basic human aspiration and its fulfillment, where Deepa explained or started discussed about basic human aspiration and its fulfillment. Right. So in this session, we will try to explore on the aspirations and concerns at the individual level. Right. So this was about the home assignment, which we will skip. So when we're discussing about the aspirations and the concerns, we have listed out some of the aspirations and some of our concerns as shown in this figure, in this slide. So our aspirations might be to be healthy, be happy, to be prosperous, to have the knowledge, because of purpose for knowledge. It may be the ability to decide properly on my own independently. It can be to have the clarity in thoughts, can be to have the self-confidence, and so on. And on the other hand, our concerns could be something like this, what is shown on the right side of the slide, like coming out of stress, which might be one of the major concern, not only with the students, but also the adult. So, right. Then managing pressure of academics, that again might be a very dominant concern among the student community. Time management, again, it might be one major concern for not only for the students, but also for all of us. The time lost due to illness, right? This also would be one of our concern. Then the entertainment, the time spent for entertainment, the domination of one gender by the other, the gender discrimination, the pressure of placement, especially for the pre-final years and the final year students. This could be one major pressure. The other things include overcoming negative thinkings, like some of the students and some people might be having this, what we call this practice or the habit of having negative thinking, like why I am only having this problem, why am I having this problem? All others are doing good. Why this is happening to me alone? All this negative thinking. Sometimes funny things also comes. Whenever I go out, it will rain. When I stand in the bus stop, I may not get the bus. The bus may not come. So these are some of the examples of this negative thinking, which are predominant in many people. The other things including attending classes, like morning 9 to evening, whatever the time schedule as dictated by the management of the college. We need to attend the classes. That might be again one of the concern for many of us. Some of the classes might be interesting, some other might not be interesting, and those non-interesting classes also I might be forced to attend the classes, and I might not be able to follow the teacher. That also might be one of the problems in attending classes. Then one major concern which what we see among students is the peer pressure. The peers, my friends, my friend has got a bike, the Duke bike, the KTM Duke bike. I don't have a bike. All my friends have bike. All my friends have got very expensive phones. I'm not having them. They all have branded shirts. I don't have them. And all these things keep coming as a peer pressure from outside. So many times, this is one of the major concerns faced by the students. Then the temptations of using the mobile phones for entertainment. Once we start swiping the reels or the shorts in the Google, in the YouTube, not knowing how time pass, we continue doing that. Even after we become aware that I'm spending so much of time, then also, yeah, this one also, this one too, another 2 minutes, all these things happen. And that can be seen in the other physical facilities also, like buying phones, buying devices, having food, all these places we can see these temptations overcoming our decision-making process. Another major concern is anger, right? So anger makes us react to situations, many situations, and we lose our awareness and it creates damage to the relationships. And that is again one more important concern for all of us. We might lose many good friends based on that, many close relationships, and even it might be a major problem in the adulthood when it comes to family affairs, having a good relationship with the spouse and all those things. And another problem is the depression, which is one very common thing in nowadays, right? So to the extent that it can go to suicidal thoughts. So all these things are concerns, some of the very relevant concerns among the student community, which they find it difficult to overcome, isn't it? So if any one of you would like to share some experience of your experience, or maybe if it is the faculty, if you are able to share the experience of your students, maybe whom you are mentoring, or maybe you are interacting on a day-to-day basis. So you can take some time to share so that the others also might be like able to introspect, self-explore on this, right? So that is also possible. So also, if you have any questions, relevant questions with regard to this, because this is very important and this is something very common which we see in the student community. And maybe as a sometimes as a mentor or as a teacher, we may not be able to find the right kind of guidance in these kind of situations when we see students coming with these kind of problems. And especially, like during the time of admission and all, and right now it is admission time for the fresh batch in many engineering colleges. So what happens is that we may see that students from various economic background, various rural backgrounds come, and they have to stay probably together in a hostel, sharing accommodation, sharing rooms, sharing common space and all those things. And they might have been staying away from their homes for the first time. So these all concerns you can see in them and the student community, right? So if at all you have any sharings or any questions on this part, you can take, like, it's, you can consider it as a family gathering, right? Know what we are having. And let's learn from each other, right? So if anyone of you would like to share something, you can unmute yourself and you can share. If not, we will continue with the discussion. So we listed out the aspirations, and in the previous slide, we have seen that these are some of the aspirations which we has listed out. And whenever we have the aspirations, we want to fulfill our aspirations. So all these aspirations might be getting attached with some feelings also. And till it gets fulfilled, we will have some kind of opposition feeling within us till we get fulfilled our aspirations, right? And how are our aspirations being fulfilled? And what is our basic aspiration? The basic aspiration is to be in a state of continuous happiness and prosperity. And if you look at all these aspirations on the left side, how are they fulfilled? Right? It could be either having a right understanding in the self, or two, it can be fulfilled by living with fulfillment in relationship with other human beings. Or it may be that I will ensure more than required physical facility with the rest of nature so that I have the feeling of prosperity, right? So these could be the three ways in which we could fulfill our basic aspiration, isn't it? Right? And what do you think? Should education help us to ensure right understanding? Should education help us to ensure the right skills? So what do you think? You can use the chat box also to reply. What do you think? So we said that aspirations are being fulfilled by right understanding the self and by living in relationship with the other human beings, and to have more than required physical facility from the rest of the nature. So given these things, is education ensuring this right understanding, or should education help us to ensure this right understanding? So these are two related questions, right? So you can think about this. Right. Now, with regard to concerns, we have listed out all those concerns, and how do we try to find a resolution of this, right? So generally, we generally, yeah, Chamati Krishna Maharaju ji is saying both. Very nice. And thank you so much for responding. Yeah. So how do you go for the resolution of concerns? So what we do is we try to address these by piecemeal solutions, right? So what does piecemeal solution mean? So for coming out of stress, we do for some kind of courses, some kind of training. For personality development, we go for another set of training, right? So that is what we call it as piecemeal. And we make effort for personality development, management, memory enhancement, anger management, and so on. So this is what we call it as the piecemeal solution. Now, if you look at the concerns, see what the concerns which we have listed in the left side. Are these concerns independent issues or they are interlinked? What do you think? The question is, we have listed so much of concerns here, some of the concerns, but you just see whether are these concerns independent, they are perfectly like independent concerns, or are they interlinked? What do you think? You can reply in the chat. Right? Are they independent concerns or are they interlinked? Are there many issues or is there a basic root issue? What do you think? Yeah. So, Vidya is saying it is interlinked, right? So, which means we don't need to go for piecemeal solutions, isn't it? If all these concerns are interlinked, probably if there is a root issue behind all this concern, so if you are able to find a solution for the root issue, it will all lead to the resolution of all the concerns, isn't it? So this is an important question to understand that these concerns are interlinked and that there is a basic root issue. Based on that, we have these concerns. Ji, Nemani Saujanya, Ji, mic is already there.
Namaste, Bhaiya. I just
Namaste.
want to clarify the doubt. So I just want to explain the situation which had happened 2 days back. Bhaiya,
Ji,
so I'm dealing classes UHV for 4 branches, sir. So one of the branch students, I told after lunch hour itself, there is one PPT session. So I will, you all come to the PPT room, I just said. So I am waiting in the class before 5 minutes, but the actual session is 1:10. So still 1:20 they have not came to the class. So how in that time itself the principals are also making rounds. So what is the situation of me? I am not handling that because I have already informed them before the class and morning session also I have informed in WhatsApp. So I have seen the message of me, but after the session, after the lunch hour itself, so they have to come before. They have to finish their food before and they have to attend the class 1:10. But still 1:20 and 1:25 they have not came to the class. Then I have shut down the TPT session and I went to the classroom. I'm stepping the steps. So in that time they are talking each to other. They are coming to downstairs. So then I shouted at them and came to the class, entered into the class and asked them why you have not attended. Still 15 minutes I'm waiting for you. So is that shouting is correct or not? I couldn't understand. For 5 minutes, I was somewhat disturbed. And later, in explanation of some topics, I have regarding human being. So, are you in a conscious state or not? I have asked. So, if you are in a conscious state, why you are not right understanding? But I have understand you. That's why I'm taking your PPT sessions. Then why you are not understanding? You are not entering the class in the correct time. So 5 or 10 minutes it takes, it's not problem. So 15 minutes they are lagging the class, so it might be a disturb for me. So like that, I have started and cool down in within 5 minutes. So answering regarding right understanding, where you are right understanding me, is the relationship with me or you. So like that, I have diverted my class. But shouting in that 2 minutes, is it correct or not? Even still, I have some sort of doubt on this topic, Bhaya. So please explain this.
Yeah, very nice sharing, and thank you for sharing at least. So,
Thank you.
and I have a question here. Are you talking about the UHV class or some other class?
No, no,
I take
sir. UHV class. So that's why
UHV
I have
class.
got temper. Yes.
Oh,
So,
okay,
so that
okay.
I have, you are, so students are very comfortable with me. So I
Hmm.
asked, if another person wanted to tag the class, so they asked me, no, 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 she is only dealing very perfectly. Madam is so comfortable, and no other person want it. They took me as their
Hmm.
teacher, you have teacher. So I am handling their classes. So I have also told that. So you have opted me as a UHV teacher, then why are you not understanding me? So I have so many classes, I have the MBA classes, so I have lot of workload, even though asking you right understanding with me and that relationship with me. That's why I have entered it. I came to your classes, I'm taking classes. Then why you are not understanding me? So is it you are giving respect for me or not? That's question I have asked them. But
Okay.
they all apologized. But it is not a correct state of matter, I think, sir. They gave explanation, madam, not like that, not like this. Their explanation will be going on, but there is no right understanding. I think that so I caused some sort of anger, but later I have cooled down. But in that situation, telling anger is that good or not, I couldn't understand. Yeah. So please give
Okay.
me the suggestion.
Let's try to
Hmm.
explore it together, Didi, right? So
Uh-huh.
in UHV, we usually say we don't say about the how to do part, rather we say the what to do part, right? So
Hmm. Hmm.
in this context, so you are taking a
Hmm.
universal human values subject, right? And
Hmm.
then,
Hmm.
so the most important part and the preliminary part is about our feelings in all these contexts, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So that part is the first part. And I'll tell you why it is so important. In the sense, see,
Hmm.
uh, when we started exploring the content,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
the immediate output would be that we will be more and more in harmony. More times we'll be in
Hmm.
harmony, right? Sometimes
Hmm.
even
Hmm.
if the student community, they are lacking in competence, probably we can say, because they are not here, they are studying, they are young guys, and they have
Yes.
so much of preconditionings, they have lacking in competence. So in
Hmm.
their behavior and the conduct, you may see a lot of what you call reflections of the lack of competence. But in that
Hmm. Hmm.
context, the first part is that, am I having this right understanding? Is the first question. If I am having the
Hmm.
right understanding, I will be able to stay in my harmony, irrespective of the lack of conduct or the lack of competence reflected in the behavior of the students. So this is the first part and the most important part from our side. So
Hmm.
why I'm
Hmm.
saying this is that the conduct of the students might be reflecting his lack of competence, and that is not in our hand. What is in our hand is our harmony is in our hand, and that is the only thing in
Hmm.
our hand. So the first
Hmm.
part being is to improve our competence in this context and all the context,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? So in
Hmm.
if I'm, let's say in your context, when you ask the students to come to the hall in which PPT is going to be delivered,
Hmm.
they didn't come,
Hmm.
then immediately if you
Hmm.
are able to reflect on how your feelings are shifting, you can see that your feelings are going out of harmony. That is what is reflected when I shout outside. because I have an expectation from the students and that is not met. And then my harmony, I have shifted out of my harmony. This is what has happened within me. And this is the most important thing we need to work upon, right? And then the how to do part, this is the second part. So first part is this one. The second part is, let's assume that we have told all these things and the students have behaved. So what can be done? So this what can be done, I may not be able to give a concrete picture because I am not in that context. I don't know how your relationship with the students is. All this, it has been, this is just an event which you have placed before us for exploration. So one thing, if one or two points I could share in this context is that, let's say you went to the seminar hall where the PPT presentation you are supposed to do, and you didn't see the students. So I can do one thing. I'll walk slowly to the classroom and then without being shifting out of my harmony, I can call the students, come, let's go to the classroom. I told you, right? It is in the classroom, so let's move. So that is one thing. The second part is, if I really know that if they may not come, because I don't know whether the last time we called to this class they came, or this is the only the time they have not come. Were they engaged in some other examination preparation or some assignments which they have, and that because of that they have not come to the class in time? I'm not sure. So that is why I'm saying I can't prescribe a how to do part. I'm just putting some what you call pointers into it. This could be, okay. In this, trying to understand the context, because I don't know the complete context. Okay. The other part is that even I have tried many times previously also and asked them to come at 1:10 and they didn't come. Then I don't go directly to the PPT room. I go to the class. Then take them also with me without being in harmony, because I understand their lack of competence. Even though they are UHV students, they're understanding UHV. That is the second part, second option of choice I could do. I could go to the class. So we'll go to the class. Let's go. Like that, we call them and bring to the class. The third option could be that you can have a what you call a connection or a rapport with the student, the leader, student leader of the class, and then probably you can ask, only remind him that bring all the students to the class, at least if the class is at 1:10, at least be there at 1:05. I give that responsibility or delegate that responsibility to the student leader so that he takes the responsibility. Okay. So this could be the way of handling this. And there are a variety of ways the how to do part can be implemented. I just put three ways in which we could take it up. And probably, and you can try to understand why they have not come. Even though you said to reach there by 1:10. As I said earlier, they have an assignment which has to be submitted, which they have not completed. They might be writing their assignment in the class hours, as you know. And you know, like, why, if you look at the students have not completed, there may be reasons, because see, the current education system is, is being designed in such a way that it is only going to test the memory of the student, not the understanding of the student. That is how the current education system is going on. So what happens because of that, in a class of 60 students, more than 80% or 90% of the students see even UHV as another subject which has to be mugged up and then memorized and written in an answer paper. Not beyond that, because they are habituated right from the preliminary primary education to see this education system in such a way that it is nothing more than mugging up, reproducing in the paper and scoring some grades, not the understanding part. So this could be variety of reasons why the students behave so. And our role is to generate, we say in workshops also, we say that ignite the self-exploration, ignite the internal dialogue within them. That is the process. preliminary thing which we have to do as a UHV teacher. So once that has been done, a dialogue has been ignited within them, then many things might automatically take place. So this is what I would like to see the context which you have shared so far. What is your reflection on this comment?
And yeah, but they only opted me and they liked my classes. But what happened to them, I couldn't understand. I was told that 15 minutes it had happened. So why you are not coming to class? Have you had your lunch? Particularly, canteen is okay. I just asked that. Yeah, all okay, madam, but they are chit-chatting and unnecessary things they are chatting. So why don't you chat in my class, even though it is a UHV session, just we have to explore ourselves. So we will be in a harmony. You just chat with me. I just said. After that, I have cooled them. So they next time you want. So we have opted you. So you only come to our class. No teacher have to come to us. So you are very comfortable for as madam. You are understanding very perfectly. And regarding Bhaya, I want to share one more thing that. So we have some. I'm giving the notes. And also assignment parts is there. So in assignment session, I am giving some practical session for them. So PS1, PS2. So exploring some examples I am giving about my self exploration. So I am asking them to explore yourself. This is the assignment mark I am giving for you. So no need to write. So this is the one part. Next, UHV is the very each one have their own experience. Not to mug up and write in your paper. Just you have to put an idea. So many have so many thoughts. You have to put some examples in that. It will be good for you and me. I just said them. So they are very comfortable and way of writing also very good. So examples which I am giving. So from there also they are giving so many examples. So I am happy with that. The way of presentation might be some sort of learning, but the expression I am feeling. So I am going through their state of mind, and I am going to the psychology. According to that, I am correcting the paper. That was going on my session, Baya. So I am having them, no problem. Because I am
So are
saying
you
that the
able
way
to
to 5 minutes anger, I just want 5 minutes anger. But after that, I have started a continuation my class, saying that so where is the right understanding, where is the harmony? So this is our subject. Don't deal subject. Don't think this is the subject. This is life values. So until your breath, you have to maintain these types of values. I just said to the students. So they are feeling like that itself. So they are writing. They are exploring themselves. Yeah, this is my.
Yeah. So can you see that the first point I mentioned, right? My feelings, are they in my hands? So that is the first thing what we have to see. And if you look at the students, one more point which I thought of adding here is that students doesn't learn UHV from the words what we are speaking. Rather, they learn UHV from our content more than they learn what you speak, the words you speak. So that is a very important thing. And that is the place where they feel assurance about the teacher. The student get assurance about the teacher only when he or she has the feeling of what he calls kind of a glory to the teacher, where the teacher is actually speaking what she or she is he's actually conducting. His behavior is, or his life is the practicality of what he or she is speaking. That is the place the students slowly start connecting to the teacher. Actually, if you look at Umesh Bhaiya used to say this. First, the disciple or the student likes the teacher. Then he listens what the teacher speaks. Umesh Bhaiya used to say this. Yeah. So for that is a place where the assurance for the student, for the teacher happens. And once that assurance happens, then he or she will, like even they will come and listen to whatever you say. So probably there is some place where we also need to work, they also need to work. Let's work together, right? So that is what I thought of sharing. Gee,
Thank you.
very
Yeah,
nice.
thank you, sir.
Gee, very nice. Thank you for reflection. Anyway, we had a nice interaction with you, Sarojini. I think our fellow
Thank
co-explorers also might have definitely, got some uh, exploration in themselves. Thank you. Right. Okay, so anybody else would like to interact on what we have discussed so far? Any sharings like this, especially if at all you are taking UHV sessions for the students, you might have plenty of such sharings, right, or questions, so that we can interact. Okay, so we were talking about the aspirations, and then we started talking about the concerns and the resolution of the concerns. And we have seen that we want to resolve our concerns. If we are not able to resolve our concerns, then we may feel some discomfort within us, some uncomfortability within us if the concerns are not resolved within. So the point here is that, is this concern independent issues or are they interlinked? And we have seen that they are mostly interlinked. And are there many issues, or is there a basic root issue? This is something which we need to see, right? So if you really look into it, we can see that there is one basic issue which we can call it as a root cause. And the basic issue is lack of right understanding. And this also, we put it as a proposal that we have listed so much of our concerns here. And we have seen that if we are not able to resolve our concerns, we have some, uncomfortability within us, the feeling of, some, discomfort within us. And if you really look into it, we can see that the basic issue is that we have the lack of right understanding. So when you have the right understanding, we can see that there is our concerns might be resolving one another. For example, if you are able to ensure the right feelings within me and then able to share the right feelings to others, many of the relationship issues can be seen as getting resolved immediately because they are all connected and interrelated. So all these connected, interrelated issues will be getting resolved if I'm able to ensure the feeling of trust and respect within me. And then I'm started interacting other people with the feeling of trust and respect. And then I'm able to share these feelings of trust and respect to others. Right. So when we do not understand a reality, we are not able to live with fulfillment with that reality. And so if we do not understand human being, we are not able to live with fulfillment within. So the primary thing is to live with harmony within self, right? If you look at the self itself, we have these thoughts, desires, and imagination which are running through all these things. So we need to be in harmony, means we need to understand how to be in harmony within. For that, we need to understand what the human being itself is, right? So we want to explore the outcome of understanding the reality human being. So we need to understand what a human being is. What is the reality of the human being? So will we be able to live with fulfillment within? Will our concerns at the individual level get resolved? So this is a very important question in the sense. So will I be able to live with fulfillment within? I wanted to resolve my concerns. And when I'm able to resolve the concerns, I will be able to live with fulfillment within, right? And these concerns at the individual level, can it be resolved? So for that, let us try to understand what a human being is as such, and then find out if our concerns can be resolved. So we are talking about these concerns. These concerns are within us. So we are a human being. So did we understand human being as such? And if we are understanding the human being, just by the understanding of the human being as a reality, can these concerns be resolved? That is what we are trying to see. So let's try to understand the human being, right? So the proposal which we put forth here is that the human being is a coexistence of self-body. So this is the one important proposal which we are putting forth here, right? So far, we might have very easily able to see the body. When we look at the mirror, we can see the body. Through eyes, we can see our hands, our legs, our trunk, our stomach, all these organs, even the ears, all these things either through mirror or by physically seeing through eyes, I can see. So the body is for sure I'm able to see. And is there anything more than the body? That's what the question is. Or is it only the body, right? For that, if you ask who make the decisions, so who made the decision, to have a chocolate in today evening while I went to the canteen? Who made the decision? Is it the body who took the decision to have that chocolate, or is it something else which have taken the decision? Who has taken decision not to watch a movie because I have exams tomorrow? Who has taken the decision? Is it the body which has taken the decision, or is it something more which has taken the decision? These are questions which can be used for reflection, isn't it? So when I say in the lunch, I had a very nice, what you call, uh, dish, something, for example. So I enjoyed the taste of it. So who is saying that? Is it the tongue who is saying that? Or is it the throat who is saying that? Or is it the small intestine or the esophagus which is saying so? Kalpana Rani ji has unmuted. Do you have a question or sharing?
Uh, Sir,
Ji,
namaste ji. Namaste.
namaste. Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening to everyone. Sir, you were asking the question. Unmute option of unmute was there, so I think I have to share some experiences. May I, sir?
Definitely you can. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sir. So the first question is whether the chocolate to eat chocolates my body needs or I needs. But who will take the decision? So I think, sir, my mind or myself will take the decisions whether I will take the chocolate or not. Because decision part is always of my inner self, and the flavor or the taste my body needs that. Yes, the taste is delicious, so I need one more chocolates. But my mind will say no, one more chocolate is not permissible to you because it will give harms to us. That means one or two or three chocolates it's okay, but more than, so decision will be on the part of our own inner self, sir.
Very nice.
Okay, and another thing is depression regarding the feelings. So the mental status, that is also may our body will be harmed, but our mind will be affected, sir. That means my inner soul will be affected, and it will not exist in a balanced harmony due to the affect ये जो physical effect of my body parts. And another thing is regarding the situations, any situations, if it will be focused on the situation by which we will be hurt and our harmony will be imbalanced. So that time the concern will be, maybe the concern will be outside. If it will be inner concern due to my own perspective or due to my own any kinds of problems, if I will be, my harmony or my happiness will be hampered, then I will be concerned regarding that, and I will take the decision that whether I have to do this or not. Or if I am getting hurt by these things, then I have to avoid I have to maintain my happiness. But sir, if the concern will be from outsider, that means if the problem will come from outside, we don't have any control. We cannot do anything else. Only we have to keep the harmony in our own self by adopting different kinds of adjustment mechanism. That may be by listening to music or by sleeping for sometimes to make us cool or to avoid from different kinds of unnecessary thinkings, or by doing the meditation. So according to my perspective, sir, is it right, sir?
Okay. First of all, thank you for sharing. And it's
Welcome,
good.
sir.
Yeah, it's good that you are doing the exploration. And I am able to see that you are exploring well, except the last point I have a comment. You can see that. So you said that whenever you are out of harmony, then you would try to watch or listen to music, or then talk to someone or something like that. So aren't you, my question is, aren't you distracting yourself, or are you solving the issue when you do
Sir,
that?
yeah. I try to solve the issue, but that issue is though it is not on the part of me. If I try to convince the counterpart, or I try to make his self understanding that this is the fact, but he is not in that level to accept me. That's why my level is something different and my conscious is something different. So I cannot do any kinds of changes within that person, but rather because I am affected, sir. I'm very intensively I'm affected by the behavior of that person or the counterpart. So for sometimes my mental harmony, my balance will be here and there. That's why in order to keep a balanced, so I may sometimes I am taking the help of listening music that will be मैंने भगवान मैंने हनुमान चालीसा और जैसे ये मैंने ये godly
Understood.
spiritually, yes
Yeah,
sir.
I understood. So,
And meditation.
right. So I would say that are you able to do this self-exploration in the
Yeah.
context where when I am getting disturbed? Am I able to see? So self-exploration means, so in this
Yes.
context, I am reflecting on the change in the feelings within me for the first. I am drifting out of my harmony. So if I
Yes.
wanted to know that, I have to look within and I have to see that my feelings are getting changed. So that is the first part. For that, I need awareness,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
you can, instead of distracting, I would say face it. Let's face it and see, do the exploration and see the changes which is happening within me. What has triggered me to go out of
Yes, sir.
harmony? Is it the words from the other person, or is it something else? He might have spoken something, he might have thrown out of something, maybe because he himself is in disharmony already. And that is what he has reflected out. So it is up to me whether to reflect the same way to him or not. Or do I have more choices to be aware and then respond to situation rather than react to the situations? Do I have such choice? So if such choices are there, do you want to have that choice? That the other person is already in disharmony and his words is reflecting, but I am in charge of my harmony and I wanted to respond to such situations. So if that is the case, then I would try to bring more and more awareness into me so that I will be able to respond to that situation rather than distracting from what I am doing right now.
Yeah.
What is
Sir,
your thoughts on this?
yes, sir. Actually, today's observation regarding myself is some happening is there in my. Actually, sir, I'm an assistant professor in Dr. PMISC Sambalpur, coming under government of teacher education. I'm working in teacher education. Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
So one of my colleague, some situations, some conflicts are there. I'm not involving there, but her perception regarding that I am involved in that case. So she counteract with me. She said so many things to me. That time I was purely silent, and I asked myself that I did not have committed any kinds of mistakes. Still, then she is saying this is okay, okay, okay. But after 1 hour, so not from that person, then she says the same thing to another person. So in this way, when I have listened regarding that, then myself, lastly, myself raised her voice, inner voice, and for that, in that time, I tried to respond to that situation, and I said that yes, you are saying your perception is right, but how you say that I am involving in that case? Is there any proof or is there any evidence? How you will allow you give that types of you are saying these types of things to me? So, sir, this time I was disturbed. Then, what should I do, sir?
So doing part again, I would say
Yeah,
it depends on the context, but few pointers which I could say is that, as I was discussing to Saujanya Didi also, like, am I able to maintain my harmony in that context also? That is the first part. It may take some time for me to maintain that harmony, to ensure my harmony, because for maintaining that harmony, I should have the right understanding within me of what is happening, what is the reality, understanding the other human being also. Reality means understanding the other human being also, understanding the situation also. So when I'm able to have the right understanding and the clarity of understanding within me, at least I will be able to ensure my feelings in that particular situations, even if the other is behaving in a way which is not the way in which I am expecting. So that is the first part. It is not easy. I would say it is not that easy because we have been programmed. We also ourselves also is having a lot of conditioning, preconditionings on thoughts which are going on, might be in disharmony. But when we do the self-exploration, you can see that slowly and steadily, we may be able to find more meaningful choices available for us so that we can stay in more and more time in our harmony. Okay, so it doesn't mean that tomorrow you will be able to maintain that harmony in all the situations. No, it may take a lot of time, maybe years, maybe even after the complete life also, we may not be able to have the completeness of right understanding. But again, from the current situation, you will have a better place in the next 1 year, maybe 6 months, you will be able to see. So that can be seen as a point of exploration, right? So if you're able to do that, slowly, you will be able to maintain your, what you call, the harmony. The second part of that is that, see, if there is a problem, the problem is, let the problem be, let's, for example, be initiated from the other. Then what do you think? Will the solution be emerging, a better solution emerging when you are in harmony or when you are also disturbed?
I became disturbed that time for 1 to 2 hours. Then after I'm
No,
maintaining the inner harmony.
I'm asking a question. Will a better solution emerge out of this context when you are in harmony or in disharmony?
You definitely I will be in harmony, sir.
Yeah, definitely. When you are in harmony, that is the point where you will be able to come out with better solutions, isn't it?
Yeah.
So think about that. How can I maintain? I mean, how I will be able to maintain my harmony? So,
Yes.
Didi, have you done introductory workshop and UHV 2 workshop?
Sir, yes, I'm participating in, I'm joining in the USB, it's a morning session.
Oh, you are in morning session also. Very nice.
Yeah,
So
11.
keep on exploring, I would say. Even Chamrati, Krishna Maharaju ji was also saying, Didi, please join morning sessions. Very nice. But again, good exploration. Let's share and work together, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Ji.
Initially, I think slowly, what immediately I can understand. When I can understand myself, sir. Sometimes what's happened now, we are having the souls are two types. So one soul is when selfless, and the counterpart soul will be there will be a selfish soul. So when you will doing the money activity, money work with the relationship with other money self soul, those who are the very selfish and self-centered. So it is very difficult on the part of us to manage everything. Still then, we are understanding ourselves, so we don't have any expectations. Rather, when the counterpart will always try to make us in some problems, so that time our harmony became disturbed, and that will be for 1 to 2 hours. Then after it will disappear, sir.
Yeah, if you
So
continue
that's
exploring, this 1 to 2
yes,
hours may reduce again. And
yes,
sometimes this will not become a problem. Once you resolve it, no, this is like the other person is saying something which is not liking to you. Then after you have resolved that issue, that might
yes.
not be a problem for you. In the sense you will be able to coolly maintain the harmony before that event and after that event and during that event. That also possibility is there. The potential is also there within the human being. Right.
Okay, okay, sir.
Right. Continue
Thank you,
exploring,
sir.
Didi.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Ji, ji. Right.
Right.
Let me see the time. It is now 8:26. So we will just complete this part. So we were talking about the human being being a coexistence of self and body. And we was asking who is making the decision? Is it the body who is making the decision or it the self? And we have seen that it is the self which is making the decision. So who enjoys the food, the music, the movies? And we can see that it is the self which enjoys the food. Even though I'm listening music through my ears, it is not the ears which the organ ear which is not enjoying the music. It is not the brain which is enjoying the music. It is I, the self, which is enjoying the music. So who feels high, elated, low, and depressed when something not as I expect is happening around me? Who is feeling depressed? Who is feeling excited when I get some credits out of what have done? Who is feeling high? So look into that. And now the next part is to understand the differences between the self and the body with respect to the need, which we can see probably in the next Wednesday session. Right. So thank you so much for interacting. I think we had very good interactions in today's session. Thank you so much. Your explorations has, in fact, helped me also in my exploration. Thank you so much. Over to you, Parishit Bhaiya. Namaste.
Thank you, Dipesh Bhaiya, and thank you all the course pro for their active listening and participation. And we certainly like to have more such exploration session as SIP is going on in many parts of country and institutions. So it's certainly very helpful for all of us. So we'll certainly meet again for more exploration next Wednesday, same time. So thank you everybody. Namaste. Thank you, Dipesh Bhaiya. Namaste.
Ji, thank you.